You know, out of all of Zack Snyder's work, this one is really interesting. So let's talk about Army of the Dead. I just got finished watching on Netflix, and this was really mind blowing. The intro was something. All them people killing zombies left and right. The action was top notch. The character development for Batista, Scott, and Katie, father and daughter moment. The craziest endings I've seen. What can I say about this movie other than it's epic, it's frightening, it has its moments, the action is top notch, it's everything. Everything about this film just makes you just want more. And for some reason, I just felt like watching this movie, it left me with what's gonna happen in the sequel. One, there were so many characters killed left and right. Not just zombies, but the people that were killing the zombies. They all ended up getting turned, bitten to death, stabbed to death, getting their necks twisted upside down. This is on some Mortal Kombat level stuff. If only Zack Snyder were to film the next Mortal Kombat sequel, I would bet you his vision for the movie would have been 10 times better than we've gotten in the first one. But getting back on topic with this movie, this film alone pretty much made me want to know who's going to be in the next movie. Because what I've seen in this movie, there were a lot of moments that really made me upset with certain characters from the beginning to ending. Bert is the worst character in this movie because in the beginning he was just being a douche towards Katie and this other female. I don't know if he was on something, but he pretty much got what he deserved when everybody came together about fighting the zombies. So this lady, she shot him in the leg and let the zombies out to get him and turn him and bite him in the arm. And he pretty much deserved everything. Now this character development for Katie and Scott. So Katie pretty much was upset that Scott wasn't there for her. And the fact that, she spent all these years hating her dad for what happened. Until she realized that he had to kill her mother because she was a zombie. He didn't know what else to do. But it turns out it was a dream, but it also happened at the same time. And then there's this other guy who was pretty much like Bert. Pretty much doing the same thing when the Latina character, she was pretty much handling her own business up until he pretty much left her inside the room where the zombie was at. He could have just opened the door for her and he just locked her in. I was left screaming on the edge of my seat like, bro, what are you doing? You could have at least opened the door for her. But she pretty much sacrificed herself to get blown up with the zombies. Just when you think this movie couldn't get any crazier, right after they opened the door where all the money was at, the zombies ended up coming in, getting blown up, getting slicing dice all over the place. The guy who opened the door, he pretty much sacrificed himself. And I was just left screaming, bro, what? This movie is so crazy, I can't even to begin where it left off. And towards the end of the movie, that's when things get real crazy. The lady with the helicopter tries to start it. Dave Bautista's character and the lady with the short hair, she pretty much wanted to sacrifice herself to stop this husband zombie before she ended up dropping the wife's head onto the ground further down from the building, and he pretty much just throws his staff, sticks her to the wall through her heart. There's so many things I want to know how they're going to end up coming back in the sequel. But Katie ends up saving the other two that were taken earlier. And Katie was just a trooper. She handled her own, killing zombies every single bullet until she ran out. Up until all three, left in the helicopter until one of the zombies got in and was fighting Batista, and he ended up getting bent off. And this is the one thing I did not want to happen in this movie, is Batista's character killed off. Up until they crashed and landed in the middle of nowhere, he ends up turning as well when he gives her the money that she needs to get them kids out of the camp to go to college or whatever it is that she wants to do with the money. So once he ended up turning, she ends up shooting him in the head and was left crying, just upset and just terrified for what she had to do. Because that was her dad, he was turning into a zombie, and there was nothing she can do other than to kill him. And I kind of felt her pain. And this light-skinned brother, he somehow survived up until he went to Utah to purchase a plane, a jet plane. Somehow he was turning. And I completely forgot how he was bitten on the arm that can cause his whole body to turn. What do I feel about this movie overall? It was insane. It was crazy. It left me. I was pretty much on the edge of my seat throughout the whole movie. I'm telling y'all, I hope Zack Snyder continues this work, because this is one of his best works he's ever done. The action scenes were fast-paced. There weren't too many slowdowns or slow motions like in the Snyder's Cut version of the Justice League. This one, I feel, is his best work, in my honest opinion, because of the fast pacing and how everything was transitioned. The practical effects were amazing. From the zombie tigers, the horse, Las Vegas casinos, it was pretty much like a ghost town. All them other zombies were killed, and especially the intro. When we cut to a scene with the three naked women, their boobs are hanging out. And yes, I mentioned, I forgot to mention, this movie is rated R. But there were some tits in this movie, and there were also zombies as well, killing the host, the cameraman, everybody in the casino. And there was a scene where a couple, and I believe it was like a black couple or an interracial couple. The lady thought that, she was assuming that he had like a bite marks on his forearm, that he was zombie, so she ended up killed them left and right. Even with the guy flew from the parachute, he was killing zombies, and then as soon as he continues to slow drop down, and he was pretty much done from there. I mean, this is on some Mortal Kombat level stuff. And like I said, if Zack Snyder were to film the Mortal Kombat sequel, you can assure you that I will be watching and I will be doing my review of it. Because I truly feel like Zack Snyder is on to something, and I hope he keeps up this momentum. Just like he did in the Zack Snyder's Cut Justice League, he's pretty much doing the same thing for the Army of the Dead film. What is my overall rating for this movie? I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. I thought it was good, it was entertaining, and I'm looking forward to the sequel, and hopefully there will be some announcements, because I'm already loving this movie from beginning to end. Katie and Scott are my favorite characters, especially Katie, because she was just one of the dopest characters. The type of female that she can handle her own without any help, especially the way she was shooting the zombies towards the end of the film. And hopefully she'll come back in the sequel. So shout out to everybody who did a good job, did an amazing job on the practical effects, the blood and the gore and the music. It was everything I like about this movie, and I want more. So let me know in the comments below. Did you see this film? Did you enjoy it? What is your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below.